Welcome to Paripurna Academy. We welcome you for the online session to listen about the topic on structural organization in animals 1. So in this session or in this topic we are mainly going to see about the different types of animal tissues. So there are mainly 4 classification of animal tissue, which is nothing but your epithelial, connective, muscular and nervous. We are going to see in detail about it along with its structure. And before that we are going to see what is mean by tissue or what do you mean by tissue. Shall we go and see it? So define tissue with different types of animal tissue. So tissue is nothing but a group of cells which performs a similar function. So the tissue is grouped to form an organ and the organ finally ended up with the organ system. What you have learned from your smaller classes. So tissue is always the group of cell which performs a similar function. So based upon the animal tissue, they are classified into 4 types. First is your epithelial tissue. So epithelial tissue is nothing but the outer covering of the skin tissue is always said to be the epithelial tissue. The second one is your connective tissue, which is nothing but the tissue originated from the mesoderm layer and it present in between all the organs or all the organ systems of particular living system. So the name itself gives, it connects between 2 different organs by presenting between the 2 different organ spaces. The third one is your muscular tissue, which is responsible for your locomotory movements. So this muscular tissue is of 2 types, striated and non-striated. So we are going to see in detail about where and all the striated muscle is present and non-striated muscles are present. And the final one is your nervous tissue, which is responsible for carrying out the impulses throughout the body by supporting the central nervous and the peripheral nervous system, which is nothing but your brain and the spinal cord. So the image which is being given there is the 4 types of animal tissue based upon the structure. Starting with your connective tissue, then your epithelial tissue, muscular tissue and ending up with the nervous tissue. So we are going to see in detail about it. First, the epithelial tissue. The cell which covers the outer surface of the body is said to be the epithelial tissue. Simply the outer covering layer of the body is said to be the epithelial tissue, or simply we can say that it is a skin tissue. So this epithelial tissue is normally held together by the tight junctions. So the tight junctions means they adhere together. So the 2 epithelial cells which are present in one particular epithelial tissue is adhered together by the tight junctions. So it consists of interdigitation. So in between the tight junction, if a furrow is present to transport the information from one epithelial cell to the other, which comprises the epithelial tissue, is said to be the interdigitation. If the furrow is not present, simply the 2 cells are adhered, then it is said to be the intercellular bridges. The third one is your tight junction, which is to prevent the leakage. So example is your epithelial tissue, which is lining the uterus outer layer. So after the delivery is being happened, it normally within 1 hour or 2 hours, the new uterus normally heals by itself, which is nothing but it is an automatic process of the epithelial tissue which is present as the outer covering in the uterus. So the tight junction, so it prevents the leakage. So how before the baby is inside, it prevents the leakage before the delivery time has come, and after the delivery has occurred, it by naturally cures itself to seal the leakage which is being happened. So that is one of the tight junctions, that is one of the property or one of the type of the epithelial tissue. So this epithelial tissue is normally is of 2 types, simple epithelium and compound epithelium. That is, if the epithelial tissue is made up of only one type of layer, then it is said to be simple epithelium. If it is made up of more than 2 type of layer, then it is said to be compound epithelium. Next, the connective tissue. So the connective tissues are the tissues which are developed from the mesoderm, and they are present in between the each and every cell or every organs of the particular living system. So they get classified into 3 types: connective tissue proper, connective tissue skeleton and connective tissue vascular. So this image typically shows that the connective tissues are having areolar spaces, that is they are loosely packed. So these loosely packed connective tissue is of 3 types. One is the connective tissue proper, skeleton and vascular. So under connective tissue proper, they are being classified into loose and dense connective tissue. So the loose connective tissues are the tissues which consist of fat cells, that is adipocytes, which acts as a shock absorbing for different organs. Whereas your dense connective tissue consists of your reticular cells, which consists of reticular protein, which is being present only in the lymph nodes. So these reticular protein acts as a protective layer or the rigidity support layer to the particular lymph nodes which is being present. Next is your connective tissue skeleton. So the connective tissue skeleton consists of three different types of layers. Bone, first one is your bone, cartilage, tendon, and finally your ligaments. Bones, we know that it is an outer covering structure for protecting the internal organs present inside the skeletal system. That is your connective tissue skeleton, under connective tissue skeleton. Then the second type of connective tissue skeleton is your cartilage. So the cartilage is always similar to the bone, but it is somewhat soft when compared with the bone tissue. And they are present in between the joints, especially in the knee joints, and it provides rigidity to the internal organs. And the third one is your tendons. So the tendons are the structure which connects the muscle layer to the bone. So that is the function of the tendon, which is one of the connective tissue skeleton. And final one is your ligament tissue, which is one of the connective tissue skeleton which connects bone to the bone. So somehow they connect in between the internal organs through various modes of connection. So this is said to be one of the connective tissue. Next is your connective tissue vascular. So the connective tissue vascular, whenever you talk about the vascular system, it always conducts certain fluids. So here in this connective tissue vascular, it consists of both the blood and the blood components. So simply your blood vessels and the blood. So this is said to be the connective tissue vascular. So now we are going to see in detail about the plasma, which is present in one of the connective tissue vascular. So what is plasma? Plasma is nothing but a pale yellow transparent fluid obtained when the blood is being centrifuged at a high RPM. It contains proteins such as serum, albumin and serum globulin. So this is responsible for carrying certain antibodies which is being inherited from your ancestor. So for any deadly disease, if there is no treatment available or no medications available, people always go for the plasma therapy, including your cancer treatment, to make them the ill patients to be get cured. So that is one of the greatest advantage of this plasma protein. For example, for the coronavirus also, people are giving many types of plasma therapy or giving the donation of plasma so that immunity, so they are seeking whether any immunity cells or antibodies can be arised from any of the plasma cells which is being donated by the donator. So the fall in this plasma protein leads to the swollen leg and the hand, which is one of the immunity purpose depressor. So in this image you can see the yellow colored component which is being separated on the top layer of the blood after the centrifugation of the blood. So the below the red layer consists of all your blood cells, that is your RBCs, WBCs and other leukocytes, which and all acts as artificial and natural immunity purpose. So this is about plasma. Next, the muscle tissue. So we know that what is muscle tissue. So the muscle tissue is nothing but it is normally involved for the movements of the limbs by contracting and relaxing. So in this image you can see that the muscles are being contracted and relaxed. So they get classified into three types. One is your striated muscle, non-striated muscle and cardiac muscle. So when you say about striated muscles, the striated muscles are voluntary muscles which are present only in your hand and the leg. So voluntarily they can do the action. So if you want to pick up something, they are using your striated voluntary muscle through the hand and picking up. So that is one of the striated muscle. Non-striated. So non-striated are the muscles which are present in the lining of the stomach and the esophagus. Esophagus and especially in the urinary bladder, which protects the particular internal organ and secretes certain enzymes for the enzymatic purpose. So these are said to be the non-striated muscle. And the third one, cardiac muscle, is always present only in your heart cell, which is responsible for protecting the inner heart layer. So all this striated, non-striated and cardiac muscle, which comprises totally the muscle tissue, are rich in myosin and actin protein, which provides the rigidity and support to the particular muscle tissue. So this image you can easily see the contraction and relaxation of the particular muscle cells is being happening. So because of the movement of the limbs and the hands is being happening. Clear? So next is your nervous tissue. So what do you mean by nervous tissue? So the nervous tissue is nothing but it is always made up of neuron. So the basic unit of nervous tissue is neuron and neuroglia cells. So this nervous tissue normally consists of axon, the central body, which is being covered with dendrites, which is nothing but the branches. So these dendrites, which is being the branches, so in this head, you can see in this image, the topmost portion of the head consists of axon, which is being covered with the spike-like branches, which is nothing but the dendrites. So the impulses being generated in the axon, you can see the blue color image carrying through the long slender portion of the myelin sheath. So these dendrites are responsible for carrying the impulse from one cell to the other. And the junction between these two neurons is said to be the synapse. So in this synapse, you have the receptor cells to accept the neuron transmitted signals which is being transmitted by one neuron to the other. So they have the receptor cells to accept the signal. So these receptor cells are present in between the gap junctions of two neurons, which is nothing but the synapse. Clear with that? So the impulse which is being transmitted is in the form of the chemical known as acetylcholine. So simply we can say that the nerve impulses are transmitted by the chemical called as acetylcholine. So this nerve cells is of two types. So one is your myelin sheathed, one is non-myelinated. So the first image typically shows the non-myelinated. So the non-myelinated nerve cells are present only in the somatic system. Somatic means your body cells. Whereas the second image which talks about the myelinated, you can see that the axon, central body of the axon is covered by the myelin. You can see some tube-like structure, that is, it has a protective cover. So this myelin sheath acts as a protective cover or acts as an insulator. So that is being present means it is being present in your spinal cord and the brain to act as a shock absorber. So this is the main difference between the nervous tissue or the nerve cells. Thank you.